A delegation of around 160 South Koreans is in Pyongyang to celebrate the 11th anniversary of the October 4th Declaration, the 2000 agreement signed by the late former leader of the two Koreas, Moo-hyun and Jong-il. On the sidelines of the event, the key participants ended up having talks as a follow-up to the recent Pyeongyang Summit. Our Park Hee-jun is standing by to tell us more about that meeting. Hee-jun, do fill us in.
Daniel, we hear from the press pool that the two Koreas held a meeting that we can consider equal to high-level talks. It was led by Unification Minister Myoung-gyon and his North Korean counterpart Son-gwon. The meeting was focused on ways to implement the Pyeongyang Declaration signed by President Moon and Chairman Kim last month, as well as follow-up talks on that agreement. The South Korean delegation also included the Vice Minister of Health and Cultural Heritage Administrator, and from the North, the Vice Chairman of the Korean Committee for the Peaceful Reunification of the country, and also the head of the North Red Cross. For about an hour, they covered a wide range of issues, including separated families and cooperation in forestry. It appears that the talks went pretty well, and there haven't been any specific agreements announced, but the two sides said they would continue to communicate through their liaison office. Now, what's left to see is whether the South Koreans will be greeted by the North Korean leader. A lot of attention was centered on a possible encounter between the sons of the leaders who signed the October 4th declaration. That's because the late former President Moo-hyun's son, Son-gwon, is also in Pyongyang. Kim didn't attend today's celebratory event, but I'll also keep an eye on that. Now, the South Korean delegates are nearing to the end of their second day in Pyongyang and also their three-day overall schedule. Right now, they're expected to be watching the famous mass games and also an artistic performance. They will end today with a dinner banquet at 10 p.m. And tomorrow, the South Koreans will make a last stop at the country's Central Botanical Garden before heading back home in the afternoon. Back to you, Daniel.